holidays, everybody. Here at Fiddle Jam Institute, I am so happy to have you following me as customers on the website. I am going to do a little bit of a series of videos here, and thanks for all your support. And get your fiddle out, you'll be able to play along. This is going to be fun. So go ahead and get your fiddle out. You know, the holidays is always a time for reflection. And again, I'm so thankful that I am able to do what I do and be able to give people some information that gives them pleasure, helps them along. It's awesome. It's awesome for me. I hope it's awesome for you too. Now, if you don't know much about me, the Fiddle Jam Institute was based on my original book. Let's see, it's right here. Fiddle Jam, a way cool, easy way to learn how to improvise. It's out with Hal Leonard Corporation. It's been out since 2002. It's quite a long time now. It's out all over the world. I'm kind of proud of that. And I've done a follow-up book and different things too. And the website spawned from those methods in the book. And basically, the methods in the book were just get people to jam. Because I realized if you're trained on the violin or the fiddle in the traditional ways, it means you learn to read music, you learn to maybe some classical tunes, you start out with Twinkle Twinkle Mary Had a Little Lamb, went into Suzuki stuff, but nobody ever taught you really how to be creative. It's a big lacking in the violin methods of teaching in the world, I think. And a lot of others think now too. Even the American String Teachers and the National Music Educators Conference said the same thing, as we're totally missing kids and we're totally missing things. Now, I know from my own experience that when you learn to jam a little bit, even if you don't want to become a blues player, like I just played a little bit of blues at the beginning, or a rock and roll guy or a jazz guy, it helps you to improvise a little bit. Improvise, it means make stuff up. And even if you're just going to be a classical player, because what you're doing is the music comes from inside you out rather than on the page in. You know, it's got a whole different feeling to it, I find. Maybe that's a little mumbo-jumbo-y for you, but if you give it a try, you might feel the difference in yourself. I know that the greatest, even classical violinists, when they're the most lauded, they have this sense of if they're almost writing the song as they play it, right? And you can gather that sense too, even if you're just a beginner. I think it's a highly important thing for you to develop. So, here at Fiddle Jam Institute, we do a bunch of jamming first. That's the number one thing. And then this video is a little free video series. I'm going to get you to jam with me. So, it's a super easy scale called the E blues scale. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it in the book real fast. Let's see here. Without falling off my chair. Let's see here. Where is that one? There's a whole bunch of songs in here. I don't know if you even call them songs, but my favorite picture. I love that one. I had fun doing it. Right there. There is the fingering chart we're going to use. Now, if you hang to the end of this video, you will get a bonus, a coupon, and you can go to the site and get a free download of the track we're going to be using and that fingerboard chart. So hang in there with me and let's have some fun. So, the E blues easy zone, as I called it, is a simple fingering. It's the same fingerings on two adjacent strings. It's two strings right next to each other, and it's super easy. Even a beginner could do it. So, if you know the Do Re Mi, that's any near beginner could probably do that. Say in the key of D. If you skip the second finger, it creates a blues scale. So open on D, first finger, skip to the third finger. Next string, same thing. Open, first finger, and third finger. This little fistful of fingers, open 1, 3, open 1, 3 on the D and A string, makes the E blues scale. Notice it doesn't start on a D, it starts on E. So E is going to be your main note. That's the whole vibe for the blues. Now we'll throw in a few tricks here as we go. I'm going to put on a blues track. You heard the beginning a little bit. And I want you to play along with me. I'm going to do a call and answer. So a teacher calls and the student, you in this case, answers. I'll play a little phrase. You try and play it back. Now it doesn't matter if you can't do it exactly right. It doesn't matter if you even do it exactly at all, because this is training for improvisation. It means you're going to do your own thing eventually. But it's training, good training for ear to learn to try and copy me at first, or anyone, And because then you're listening to ideas, they're bouncing around, you're trying to repeat them without having read them on the page. We'll get to reading licks and tricks later. And that way you're starting to develop that sense of listening inside your own head and playing the ideas that are in your head, even if I just gave you the idea. So it's a good way to start. So here we go. I'm going to put that blues track on and see if we get it going here. It's from the book, actually. Here's the intro. Now I'm going to play a little phrase, and you play it back. Ready? E. U. La 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 la. Can you do it? U. Third finger. U. You got it? More. Up in the A string. B. Third finger. D. U. Back down on the D. E. All right, more. Whole scale. D. Now this time slide into B. That's right, it's okay to slide. Do that again. All right, you got the idea? Did you do it okay? Did you feel good about it? Blues is kind of cool, isn't it? This is kind of a medium tempo blues. Again, it's in the book. It's one of the ones. You just do these two fingers and go nuts with it. Now, the new thing was maybe sliding the B. If you're kind of new to violin, that might have been a little weird. So what I did was I started to low one and slid it up to 1. Now that low 1, that B flat's called a blue note. It's actually added to the blues scale sometimes. And in the book, it's actually a little extra note you'll see in the fingering chart. You can get it's a download. So what do you think about this stuff? Do you think it has potential for you to open up new avenues in your brain and your heart and your soul? I've found it does for many, many people, thousands of people over the years. And I have the whole website dedicated to these kind of things and more. The Fiddle Jam Institute has not just this book. In the store you can buy the book, by the way, physical book or digital download, which has extra tracks. Highly recommend that. And other books. I have the Etudes book too. I'll show you that. I've been doing some video series on that kind of stuff. The follow-up book to the Fiddle Jam book was this, Rockin' Blues Fiddle Jam Etudes. Pretty cool book. It's the answer that I get for the biggest question with the Fiddle Jam book. People go, but I don't know what to play, they complain. I have no ideas. I don't know what to do. Well, the answer always, always, always is actually relax, listen inside your head, keep the track in mind, and imagine what you'd like to hear to the track, and just play that. Now, science is finding out that we're actually listening in different parts of us. And the heart math people are telling us that we're actually listening with our heart when we listen a few seconds ahead, and our heart kind of knows things. Look up heart math. It's pretty cool stuff. And our heart has a sense a few seconds before the brain, actually, they found out, of what it would like to do or expect to do. It's almost like psychic a little bit. And that's where I listen when I improvise. I try and hear a few seconds ahead of time what I'd like to play and just try and do that. Now, the more practice you get at that, the more exact you can do. You can play exactly what you hear in your head. But that's the magic. Even if you're playing a classical piece, if you hear it in your head first a split second before, it's going to come across with more authority. Does that make any sense to you? I hope so. If you're just playing on the page as you see it, you know, it's always going to be this nervous kind of thing. And if you've already heard it in your head, you're just taking dictation from the angels kind of thing is what I like to say. And you can learn to do that by copying me, by learning to jam, and it gives you this sense. But that said, I know everybody, it takes a while for them to get the hang of that, so I answered that question, with a book full of licks and tricks. I wrote a whole book full of, in all the popular keys, like I think 9 different keys. And it has level 1, level 2, level 3 of each key. It takes you through all the tricks that I know from the last 40 years that I've been playing. And the level 3 is pretty difficult stuff, and has a 4th section of each key, what are called groove tunes. And we'll get more into this in the next video in the series. I hope you gather some positive things from this one. And again, that's the coupon. If you want to get the track and that for free, go to the website. In the store will be the holiday bonus thing, and the coupon is going to be Holiday Bonus 1. It's pretty simple. All capital letters, Holiday Bonus 1. No spaces, that kind of thing. So just go there and you'll be able to get the download of this track from the book, and in a page of the E blues fingering that you can print out for yourself. If you memorize that, E blues is a very popular key with guitarists especially, and violin is trying to get into the guitar world primarily with this jam and stuff. Guitarists are way ahead of us at fiddlers, and there's a number of us out in the world now trying to teach this stuff. You know, jazz and blues guys and rock and roll guys. You know, there's a few of us out there, and I'm one. But we're trying to change the fiddling world, the violin world a bit, and make it more of a jam in place. Jam in place. I like that. So until next time, check out in a day or two. I'm gonna put out another video, and we'll go into some licks and tricks. That'll be the next thing. There'll be a download and some free stuff with that too. And I'm gonna have a special offer for you after this little series too. If you're liking what I'm doing, I'm gonna give us this deal of the century. The deal of the year at least. So I am going to play out a little bit, and hope you enjoy. Play along if you want. There you have it. See you next video.